Ready to head back?
I like the fire.
Marilyn?
Sheriff Graham, come back.
Go ahead, Bill.
Responding to a missing person complaint from the Kavanaugh farm. You're going to want to hear this.
What's so important this couldn't wait till you got back to the station?
Eileen Horton, 17. I'm sure you remember her. Been missing 2 days now. Mrs. Kavanaugh called Marilyn here, asking about her daughter's whereabouts. Seems she was the last one to have seen her.
This isn't the first call we've gotten. Eileen is prone to run away, and Helen knows it.
but not like this. She likes to go to that burned down house in the woods sometimes, but she always comes back home.
It's a bit familiar, don't you think? It's only been 2 years since the last time.
Enough of that. Let's call those hoofbeats a horse before we start looking for a zebra. Understand?
What does that mean? Since the last one.
I'm sure she'll be just fine.
Helen seems to think otherwise. Don't you think a mother knows?
You know damn well Eileen's been under foster care with the Kavanaughs going on 5 years now. What you're calling mother's intuition, I say, is nothing more than an ornery teenager butting heads with her caretaker. You can't do your job if you're getting all caught up in it.
But please, Sheriff Graham, can you at least have a look? She was still at that place when we left her.
I'll leave it in your capable hands.
Hanging in the trees at the old Horton house. What's left of it? I don't get it. Why go back there after that awful business with her father?
You know how that fire started?
Oh, some kids, I reckon. Place was abandoned for years.
I responded to that call. Forest fire. Only by the time I got there, it wasn't the trees that were burning. And I found Eileen standing close enough to singe her hair, just staring at it. Not a word out of her. When I put her in the back seat, she just kept staring.
Why didn't I know about this?
It was my call. I figured that place burning down to the ground was justice enough. I drove her home, and that was that.
You should have told me. So where does that leave us? She returns to the scene of her own crime, throws her shoes away, and what? Runs off barefoot into the night? We both know what this is, Jim. We've been through this before.
Take the day. Canvass that whole area. When you find something, you let me know. We'll reconvene later and see where it leads us.
So that's it? Where are you going?
Staying out of trouble, Douglas?
Compost delivery for Miss Cole. You here to see her?
Here on business, I'm afraid. You know Eileen Hort?
She helps out Miss Cole, takes delivery sometimes.
Been trying to locate her. Thought maybe Denise had seen her recently. Let me ask you something, Douglas. How is she?
Eileen?
Denise. I'm asking you. She keeps busy and all, but is she fulfilled? Is she happy?
She's the kindest woman I know. Unhappy people don't have the time to lift the rest of us up. She does it every day. You talked to the girl's father yet? Maybe he can help you with whatever you're looking for.
Greg Horton is back in town?
Oh, yeah. Came around a couple of weeks ago looking for her. Asking how she was, how often she's here. Seemed pretty interested in the girl.
Bill, I want you to put out an APB right away. I got a lead.
Been gone a while, Greg. I see you're back to your old haunts. Been anywhere else since you've been back in town? Maybe the Kavanaugh farm?
I have a right. She's my daughter.
You put her through enough already, don't you think? Come on. Let's go. Don't make this hard. You went north, towards the woods.
On foot? Nowhere to go after you reach the trailhead.
Nowhere but the point. I don't suppose you'll call him back up for county.
My jurisdiction, my problem. I'll handle this myself.
And what about the girl?
She's either alive or she's dead.
So it's the Jim Graham brand of justice, then.
After what he did to that girl, you're damn right it is. You served under my father. You know better than anyone how things are done in this town.
You sure like to go on about justice. I believed in it once. But it's a filthy word to me now. I doubt I ever really knew what it meant. I'm done. Too many ghosts in so small a house, and I can't listen to them wail any longer. I've been reading this book by a fellow named Hooper.
He talks about how in all of the English language, the phrase cellar door is the most beautiful possible combination of words. But only if you take it out of context. If you separate it from its meaning. You understand? You see, the problem is, once you know the meaning of something, it can never be separated again. It's like a crease in a piece of paper. But it still serves a purpose. You can't just call something else to preserve the beauty of what it might have been, what it used to be, a long time ago. Take it easy, Greg. Nice and slow. I thought we had an understanding when I sent you down Joliet way. You're not welcome here anymore.
Bitch burned down my house. Didn't know until I got out. Do you know what that's like? Finding your whole world turned to ash. To think, I came to make things right. After all this time, I just couldn't live with it anymore.
You don't lie down and put your hands behind your back. You won't have to. You could have been out of town by now. Why come here?
Fate, I guess. My father brought me up here once when I was a kid.
Mine too.
Can you do me a kindness?
Tell me, Greg. I need to know what you did to your daughter.
I hurt her real bad. I know that. Beat her bloody and held her down. And a demon crawled out of my skin. I'd take it back if I could. I never even got a chance to say I was sorry. I wish I could see her, so she'd know I could never hurt her again.
What do you mean you never had a chance? You had her.
I never could get close enough. Not with the Kavanaughs keeping her under their wing. I saw her once, you know. The Cole woman's garden. Never could build up enough nerve to talk to her. I'm such a coward.
I'm afraid we still haven't found any sign of your daughter, Mrs. Kavanaugh. Or the wayward father. But I don't want you to worry. The important thing at this stage is to maintain hope. We have every confidence that Eileen will turn up sooner or later. They always do.